Hi, my name is Katie. I create a lot of child safety content as an advocate for the sexually exploited and the human trafficked. Today's video is for educational purposes. When it comes to child safety, words are so important when defining what we're seeing. These words are heavy, and they're not to be thrown around lightly. Unfortunately, they lose their weight when they're misused. You may have seen this word going around lately. Let's talk about its definition and the signs, so you know what to look out for. This is what we call pre-abuse behavior. If you and your children know the signs ahead of time, you increase your chances of being safe. The abuser will use manipulation and coercion to gain the trust of the victim to escalate the relationship to a sexual place. It's important to note when the perpetrator is implementing these pre-abuse behaviors, they aren't simply seeking trustworthiness with their victim. It's imperative that they gain the trust of the victim's safe adults and community in order to be successful in the abuse. Though this comes in many different forms, it follows a pretty consistent pattern, starting with victim selection. Abusers will often observe their victims and select them based on ease of access or perceived vulnerability, gaining access and isolating the victim. Abusers will emotionally and physically separate their victims from their safe adults in efforts to continue communication. Trust development and keeping secrets. Through gifts, attention, secret sharing, and other means, the abuser will gain the trust of the victim, leaving them to believe this is a safe person. Desensitization to touch and sexual topics. Trigger warning, as this description is graphic. Pause to read. Finally, an abuser's pursuit to normalize the behavior. Because the vast majority of grooming and sexual abuse happen at the hands of someone you and your children are familiar with, it's important to recognize these red flags. The excessive desire to be alone with your child, excessive gifting, keeping secrets, not respecting boundaries, both emotional and physical. Here are some important ways you can prepare your kiddos. First, there are no secrets. There are only surprises. Surprises are a for now secret. Forever secrets don't keep you safe, and safe adults will never ask you to keep one. Thank you for offering a gift. I'll let my mom know you'd like to give me one, and she can connect with you. Your children's confidence in using you as the buffer to the individual wanting to groom them is an immediate red flag to them that they are not going to be as easily groomed as they hoped. Using anatomical body terms and conversations around enthusiastic consent and bodily autonomy help keep your kiddo safer when invoking their boundaries. I said no. Respect my boundaries. And being an advocate for your children's bodily autonomy when someone wants a hug and your child has said no. My kids learned how to be firm in their boundaries when I was the first to model respecting their consent. If you are a victim of grooming, be brave and tell your safe adult.